Hey everybody, this is Sam Grody, founder and CEO of Centerpiece Software. In this short video, I'm going to discuss the right size of technology teams. Before I entered the FE&S industry, I was a technology investor that spent tens of thousands of hours studying the very best technology companies and leaders in the world. Through this experience, I learned how critical it was to keep your technology team small to ensure maximum productivity. As an example, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos would famously refer to his technology teams as pizza teams, meaning the team was small enough that one large pizza would be plenty to feed them. And any teams larger than this would always be disallowed. Apple founder Steve Jobs was a little more explicit when he stated that a small team of A-plus technologists can run circles around a giant team of B and C ones. This is critical for a dealer to understand that is looking to improve the quality of their technology. Throwing more money at your technology problems will almost certainly fail. It is critical to focus on quality over quantity. A small team of 4 or 5 great developers will outperform a large team of 50 mediocre ones every single time. There are many reasons why this is true, but I'm going to focus on the 3 primary ones here. Reason number 1, better tools for developers. Cloud computing has reduced the cost of storage and compute to virtually nothing, which allows developers to experiment more and move way faster today than they could 5, 10, 15 years ago. Better software frameworks exist, which allows developers to leverage existing functionality right out the box versus always having to recreate the wheel. Importantly, the benefits of these enhanced developer tools accrue disproportionately to the very best developers. So as an example, looking at the food service industry, if you gave a great project manager better technology, they are going to benefit more than if you gave that same technology to a mediocre one or a bad one. The same is true for developers. A great developer will benefit more from better technology than a mediocre one or a bad one. So basically, the value of a great developer is increasing relative to the value of a mediocre one or a bad one. Reason number 2, effective communication is critical to building high quality technology. If you don't have great communication, nothing else matters. This means that smaller teams have built-in advantages over larger teams. And it's amplified by the reality that developers aren't known for being great communicators. So this is even more important for technology teams than it is non-technology teams. Reason number 3, code debt. Code debt refers to the high costs an organization faces if their technology is low quality. Like financial debt, it gets worse over time if you don't deal with it, if you don't pay for it. And it has the potential to bring down an entire organization. So what this means is that a large team of mediocre or bad developers will only become less productive over time. I'd actually argue auto quotes is a great example of this. Sure, a lot of the problem is that they're not dedicated to the industry anymore. But another big part of the problem is that they have a mountain of code debt that they built over decades, over the last few decades. And so it's actually probably really hard for them to build new features. So again, what does this mean for dealers? If you're looking at your existing technology projects and you spend a lot of money on them and they're not producing results, throwing more money at the problem will almost certainly fail. It's the easiest thing to do. Right? Throwing more money at the problem is the easiest thing to do. But in reality, you need to focus on the quality of your team versus the quantity of your team. If you're embarking on new technology projects, start small and take the time to ensure maximum quality. Start small and develop very clear, measurable milestones for your team. If they achieve those milestones, then you're on to something and you can provide more resources. But if they don't, then you've likely identified a human capital issue that needs correcting before you spend more of your capital. In addition, if you're vetting external software providers, it's really important that you evaluate how much code debt they have. And the best way to proxy that is just to look at how many new features and how are they developing and how quickly are they developing them. If they're not developing new features, if they're not able to develop new features that you request, it's either because they have no interest, which is obviously a problem, or they might not actually be able to because of the mountain of code debt that they face. At Centerpiece Software, we're here to help. Our team has tons of experience building technology systems and teams from the ground up. In addition to the technology that we're building for the industry, we're also offering free consultations to dealers that want to explore other ways in which they can leverage technology internally in the most efficient way possible. So give us a shout if you're interested. Thanks for your time.